The first time I heard an adult say the F word was when I was in 4th grade and we were doing some project that involved us baking cookies together as a class. My teacher, Miss Lindsay, who was real sweet, was demonstrating for everybody, and she asked if anyone knew how to crack an egg. And I really didn't know how to crack an egg, but I'm a go-getter, so I raised my hand and she called on me. I instantly knew I was in trouble at that point, but I'd seen my dad crack eggs hundreds of times, so I figured, you know, it can't be that hard. So I grabbed the egg, but I have no sense of how softly you're supposed to tap the egg to crack it. So I just slam it against the desk and splatter raw egg 10 feet in every direction, and my teacher just said, "What the F, Dion?" Oh my god, I mean, respect. You did not back down from the challenge, you know? Instead of saying, well, maybe I don't know how to do this, so maybe I should be really careful, you were just like, no, I have no clue how I'm gonna do this, so I'm just gonna go all out and just slam it as hard as I can against the desk. That's a really interesting take to have on life, and I kind of respect it. What's up, boys? Ladies and gentlemen, it is a sad day, for this is the last video I will be recording on this PC, because as I am talking, it is currently at 100 degrees Celsius, and it is burning alive. Basically, I was having PC problems, so I replaced my motherboard, but I forgot to replace the thermal paste, so this thing has just been burning for like the past week, and I had to get a new computer, so this is the last one ever. And I thought, you know what? Why not make the last video I make on this computer a classic? An r/kidsarestupid. I mean, that just never gets old. Anyway, give me a rest in peace in the comment section for my computer, as I might die before I finish this video. Let's hope it doesn't explode while I'm recording, and let's go. I know there are no dumb questions, but what is the dumbest question someone has ever asked you? My son saw pictures of my 5th birthday party and asked why I didn't invite him. Yeah, that's kind of mean of you, honestly. I mean, what the heck? He's your son, and you're not gonna invite him to your own birthday party? What kind of mother are you? God, just the absolute audacity of these people sometimes just really amazes me. Life is super tough when you can't pick up the book you want because you're sitting on it. I just love how, like, in all these pictures where these kids are crying, they just look so absolutely just completely distraught. Like in the last Kids Are Stupid video where the kid was, like, stuck under the table because he didn't know he could crouch down to get under it. He was just crying. I mean, it looked like his life was over. Same with this kid. Like, just relax, man. Just gotta move over and pick up the book. You can do it. My cat's name is Samson. Samson is a cat. Are you sure? Well, looking at that thing, I'm not really sure what that is, but whatever it is definitely not a cat. It honestly looks like some sort of weird insect. And let me tell you, that face is the most terrifying thing I have ever seen in my entire life. That is going to give me nightmares for years to come. r/askreddit. What's a product sold on just placebo effect? My kid was having trouble and asked if I had anything that could help her. I told her about melatonin, and I went to my car to get her some. Surprise, surprise. I returned and handed her a Tic Tac. The next day, she yelled at me because she went to sleep right away after taking it and couldn't wake up the next day. She was drowsy all day. I had a good laugh at my own expense. Yeah, man, Tic Tacs are just known for making you just super drowsy and tired, which is why I never eat one because I'm always grinding. I mean, if I, Dark Dom, ate a Tic Tac, the world would stop. They would have no Reddit videos to go around. I mean, what are you gonna do if you don't have a monthly Kids Are Stupid video by Dark Dom? I mean, the world just can't function without it, so I just will never be able to eat a TikTok at that point. A TikTok? Okay. I guess I can't eat apps either. So my 8-year-old cousin came to me in distress, asking me if she's invited to my funeral. Anyway, how's your Saturday going? That's honestly a pretty scary question. Imagine your, like, uncle being like, sorry, but you're actually the worst nephew I've ever had in my entire life, and you are not coming to my funeral. I don't care when I die. I don't care how old I am. I don't care how I die. You're not going. So you better not, otherwise I will come up from my grave and slap you. My 2-year-old and 4-year-old have been communicating via walkie-talkie for 20 minutes. They're in the same room. The walkie-talkies have no batteries. Over. Dude, what is this henpecked Hal guy gonna do when his kids grow up and he doesn't have tweets anymore? Because all I see on this, like, account is just him tweeting about his little kids, and it gets on this subreddit and it gets really upvoted. But, like, what happens when they go to college? He's gonna fall off. He's gonna lose all his followers. I mean, ratio young boy better. They tried lemons in my 2.5-year-old's class and I'm dying. What did the lemon taste like? Ava. Good. Jeremy. Yellow. David. Taste my yellow. Rainbow sour yellow. Philip. Yellow. Charlotte. Sour. John. Blue. Clara. Yellow. Nora B. Good. Nora W. I'm Nora. Everyone was talking about the lemon and she's just like, oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, my name's Nora. I'm not Nora B, I'm Nora W. I'm a different Nora, okay? People always get us confused and it's really annoying. Mrs. Blank. Today, Angel tried to sharpen his finger in his pencil sharpener. He cut his finger, of course. We expect kids to be mature enough to use their materials properly. Please talk to him about this. Thank you, Miss Sue. I thought for a second that she was gonna say he cut his finger off because I saw the of and I thought it was gonna have 2 F's. Honestly, that would have been the most terrifying thing I've ever read. Yeah, your son actually cut his finger off in a pencil sharpener today. Please educate him. He needs to be more mature so he can keep the rest of his hands. My son accident yesterday deleted my Breath of the Wild save because he wanted to watch me beat the game with only 3 hearts. He was trying to encourage me by starting a new game. He didn't realize it would delete my old one. I haven't played it since. Yeah, but that's not very smart of the game developers. Why would they make it so that every time you start a new game, it just deletes the old one? Don't most story games have like multiple save files? Why would they only have one? Honestly, that's just Nintendo's fault. Girl, 5, thinks mom is alien from Men in Black after seeing Planet on Passport. Just the absolute terror in her face. I mean, she is actually like going to be scarred for life. It's honestly the most like subtle roast because she's basically saying that her mom looks like an alien. And, you know, you guys might have different taste, but I would say that the aliens from Men in Black are not that attractive. I would actually probably say that they're on the other side more as ugly. You know, maybe you think differently, but she's kind of flaming her own mom. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a little bit of a compilation of children's best moments. He met Iron Man out of costume. He doesn't want to go, even though we've repeatedly told him we're not going anywhere. I wouldn't let him eat the rest of the football. The muffins didn't come out of the oven cold. I said good morning. He couldn't fit all the crayons in one hand. I told her Darth Vader was the bad guy. Microwave ate his lunch. I wouldn't let her wipe my butt. She met Barack Obama. Oh no. She's just so sad about the fact that she met Barack. Honestly, I could barely make it through that pose without tearing up a little bit. Honestly, that was very emotional. That was an emotional roller coaster. I mean, just having to see all these kids in such pain, it really hurts the soul. You know, it takes a strong heart to survive through something like that. He, 6, was excited this morning to see his classmate who has been absent from school for weeks. The kid, guess what? I had COVID. My son, did you die from it? I mean, that's a pretty good question. How is he sure that the kid that he's talking to right now is not a zombie or a ghost or some form of like an undead being? You know, he has to make sure that he's like an actual person. He can't be friends with a zombie. I mean, he's gonna eat his brain. As a kid, I only ever saw pepperoni on pizza with mushrooms, peppers, and onions. Somehow, I assumed pepperoni was a vegetable. I mean, it's called pepperoni. Makes sense. Never questioned that thought. One day in high school, a friend who was a vegetarian forgot her lunch. I offered her a piece of my pepperoni pizza. She said, "No thanks, you know I'm vegetarian." Very funny. I said, "I know, it's pepperoni, you can eat it." This went back and forth, with her getting progressively angrier because she thought I was playing a dumb prank on her and mocking her choice to be a vegetarian, until our friend group finally realized that I am in fact an absolute idiot and genuinely thought pepperoni was a vegetable. They still bring up this story to me 10 plus years later, laughing about it. Listen, I'm sure you got a lot of cool upvotes for this one on Reddit, my friend, but I cannot believe there is no way that you thought pepperoni was a vegetable all the way up until high school. Maybe like middle school, but high school? Really? Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry. Do you know your dad's phone number? I want to have my dad call him. Yeah, it's 5. Okay, we'll call you tonight. And I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to give that back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, wait. I brought my phone so we can play games on the bus. The bus driver won't let us. I'll make sure he doesn't notice. Me, I can hear you. Yeah, I would assume being a bus driver, you would hear a lot of interesting dumb kids stories, and I just can't even imagine how entertaining that would be. Before I read this, I want to say this is a fake chiropractor's note that was sent to the front office of a school, and apparently it originally passed before somebody actually read it. And it says, Eastwood chiropractor Sean Ryle. The following patient, Sean Ryle, is suffering severe damage to the spine, lung, and head. What he has in his lungs are 2 tumors. In his spine is spinal laryngitis. This is when Sean can't move his spine or neck more than 1 foot. And in his head, there is 1 large tumor. Now, Miss Ryle, please do not panic. We are going to do open heart surgery to get his lungs without killing him. And on his spine, we are going to do a surgery on his head and neck. I think the operation will be a complete success. That will be all for now. Do not let your child participate in any school activities such as PE. Thank you. Eastwood chiropractic team. I love how they're doing open heart surgery to get to the lungs. They got the chiropractor who does bone cracking working on open heart surgery to get to the lungs. I mean, this guy is gonna die. Also, this kid really hates going to PE. If he's making up this official looking note to avoid going to PE, like, you must suck at dodgeball. That's all I'm gonna say. I was the idiot kid. When I was 5, my family was visiting someone. I don't remember who. I just remember a long road trip. At the house, my parents went with all the other adults into a back bedroom, I assume to do drugs, leaving the kids alone in the living room. It was there. I saw it. A pincushion. Singing back to some of my old Looney Tunes shorts, 5-year-old me remembered that anytime Wile E. Coyote or any other coyotes would get a pin stuck up their butt, they would shoot straight up in the air like 15 feet like a rocket. I grabbed a pin and without hesitation jammed it right into my right ass cheek. I did not fly, I just ran around screaming. And to this day, I've never told anyone. This post 35 years later is the first time. I was a stupid kid. You just stuck a pin in your butt and you were like, yeah, this is gonna make me fly? I mean, maybe you should have been in the other room with the parents doing the drugs, honestly, because you're basically on them at that point. Girl is heartbroken when she realizes she can't marry her dad because he's taken. I almost just made a really bad joke and I'm so glad I didn't say it. Yeah, I'm just not gonna say it. You know what? Moving on. A little girl just came up to the ice cream truck and asked if she could buy ice cream with the blue rock she found. I am now 1 blue rock richer. Wow, that is a horrible business strategy. Do you know that blue rocks don't go for anything in the real world? You just gave that girl ice cream, which you could have sold to somebody else for actual money, and you took a blue rock for it. What are you gonna do with that blue rock? That does not have any real world value. You are a terrible businessman. This is why you're stuck as an ice cream driver and you're not Jeff Bezos. Anyway, on that just disgusting note, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of r/kidsarestupid. I will see you next month where I make a video rubbing pumpkin smoothie juice all over my body and then sliding around on a playground. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.